Hey everyone, we're going to do a video on the surface area of cylinders. Um, Before we get into that, go ahead and please hit the subscribe button, like, comment, share, and be on the lookout for more content as I build up this catalog of content. So, how do we find the surface area of a cylinder? Well, it's very much similar to the way we find the surface area of a prism, and we do that by, we know the formula was pH plus 2b. The concept is going to be the same here, but we're going to change it up just a little bit. So, lateral surface area we knew to be pH, but remember, circles don't have a perimeter, so the word that we would use or the letter variable we would use would be ch, where c is my circumference. Okay, so C is my circumference. We know the formula for circumference is 2 pi r. So in this case, the formula becomes 2 times pi times r times h. Okay. Remember, lateral surface areas, think like a soda can, is going to be the curved face and not the bases. We should be able to identify our bases, which in this case on cylinders are your circles. We should be able to identify the height, which is the space between the bases. If you look at this decomposed net, we can see that these are our bases here, and this is our face. And then over to the total surface area formula, remember it's the area of all of the faces, the two bases plus the face. So we need the circumference, which was CH, plus the area of the two bases. So if you can see, this formula is very much like this formula with one little difference. Okay, so then we need to know the area of the base, which is pi r squared. This can be rewritten, the total formula could be rewritten as 2 pi times r times h plus the area of two bases, which is two bases times pi times r squared. That is the entire formula for total surface area. It includes all of the faces, the two bases, and the face, right? So then, little practice here. They want you to shade the bases, right? So remember, our bases are our circles. Okay, so we should be able to very quickly do that. Whenever we're doing something like this, we need to identify our bases because volume and surface area include finding those bases, right? The area of those bases. So height is the space in between, so we would label those h, right? And then I covered it up, but we need to distinguish between radius and diameter, right? So let's go get into some quick practice here, and then hopefully this is you're finding this helpful. But if you have any questions, comments, you need a request for anything, please let me know and I'll try to get that done in a timely fashion. So on this one, number one is just find the lateral surface area. We know lateral surface area is our circumference times the height. So we're going to say that is 2 times pi times radius times height. Okay. They gave us radius, r equals 7. They gave us height, height equals 10 centimeters. So all we need to do is substitute these values into this formula here, and that becomes 2 times pi times 7 times 10. Okay, and then we use our calculator and we multiply this all out. So that would put us 2 times pi times 7 times 10. Push enter, and we get 439.82, and we're going to go centimeters squared. Okay, and it's that simple. Once we do this, you can multiply this all out by hand if you want to, but calculators do make this a little bit easier. Okay, so now let's go on to number two, where they want us to find the total surface area. And the difference between these, they have the same dimensions, where radius is 7 and 10, so radius is 7 and 10. We know our formula is going to be CH plus 2B, which is the circumference times the height, right, of the bases, right? This is our height, this is our radius, and we just use our formula, which is 2 pi r h plus 2 pi r squared. Okay, from there, all we do is substitute our numbers into our formula. That becomes 2 times pi times 7 and times 10 plus 2 times pi times 7 squared. Okay, So when we multiply that all out, I'm going to kind of cheat a little bit. I already did part of it. So plus 2 pi, and then we're going to 7 squared. And that does our whole thing. So as you can see, this right here is exactly what this is. So our total surface area is 747. We're going to go 0.7. And that's feet squared. So the difference between these two are the units, but the values are the same, right? So we can clearly see total surface area is larger than lateral surface area. So make sure you're paying attention to those values. Okay, I'm going to skip around, but essentially this is the concept. So total surface area is the circumference of the base times the height plus the area of two bases. Okay, so hopefully this is helpful for you. We'll do a couple more practice problems and I think you should be able to handle it. So let's go ahead and set these up for you, and then if you want to practice on your own, you can. This one says find the total surface area. So from here, we just need to know what is our formula. We know it's CH plus 2B. And after some point, you get used to this, but then we still have to remember that our formula is 2 pi RH plus 2 pi R squared. Okay, we know R is 7.25, so R equals 7.25, and H is equal to 12. And we just replace these numbers into the variables, and we have 2 times pi times 7.25 times 12 plus 2 times pi times 7.25 squared. Okay, be mindful of your decimals, because if you mistake a button, on your calculator, then you can get the wrong answer. So let's go ahead and put these in. Once again, I'm gonna kind of cheat a little bit because my calculator saves numbers. So I'm going to re-type some of these numbers in like this so I don't have to do the whole thing. But 7.25, this is 12, and then the other one is 7.25. Push enter, and then I have my total surface area is 876.89, and this is meters squared. Okay. Once again, not a complicated concept if we understand what they're asking us to find. Okay? If we're doing lateral surface area, once again, and it all comes down to reading and comprehending what they're asking. Lateral surface area, we know our formula is CH, right? And we know we have to find R, we have to find H. We know our formula is 2 pi times radius times height. They gave us diameter, so diameter is equal to 16. We know radius is half of that, so radius is equal to 8. Our height is 13.5. All we need to do is plug these numbers into this formula. So this says 2 times pi times 8 times 13.5. And we put that in our calculator, and we'll have 2 pi times 8 times 13.5. Push enter, and we get 678. All right, so we have our solution, as you can see in our calculator, which is 678.58 or 0.6 if we round to the nearest tenth for our lateral surface area. 0.6. We're going to go centimeters squared because remember, areas in units squared. From here, it's basically the same thing. We're just reading through. So I would like you to try these bottom two just to see what you think about it. I'll read them out so you can have them. Number 5 says, find the total surface area of the cylinder. Okay, so be mindful what they gave you. I'll set it up for you where they gave you diameter is 7. So you need to find R. Okay, and your height equals 17. We know total surface area, so you need the formula 2 pi RH plus 2 pi R squared. Okay, so you should be able to plug the numbers in and get your value from there. On number 6, it says a cardboard tube is used in a roll of wrapping paper. It's 18 inches long and has a diameter of 1 inch. If the cardboard tube has no ends, what is the amount of cardboard that was used? So it's a tube with no ends, which means no bases. Okay, so no bases. that means lateral surface area. So that means we need CH, which is 2 pi RH. Okay. From there, you know what diameter is. Diameter is equal to 1. So R has to equal 0.5. And your H, as it says, is 18 inches long. So H is 18. We should be able to plug those values in and then be fine. But hopefully this was a helpful video for you for surface area. I encourage you to practice through those. And if you have any questions, please leave a message or comment. Like, subscribe, share with someone you know, and hopefully this helps them out too. Thanks. Until next time. Bye bye.